Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host. About to do one of these reviews, which you guys love so much. You guys love these video reviews. I kind of love them too. Get that mic out of my way. I have to be all up in my face. I love doing video reviews so you guys can see things for what they are, you know. What's up, Aaron? What's going on, man? These alerts must come good because you get it right away, Aaron. So thank you. Thank you for jumping on here. As always, I'm going to give a few minutes for you guys to get up in here. And let me throw my CashApp. Oops, no, not that one. Yeah, that one. All right. I know you guys love these video reviews, and I'm getting on camera because you guys always say, LJ, get on camera so we can see your facial expressions, because I don't really realize that I make that many facial expressions, but I think, I don't know, man. I just be so, it just amazes me when people don't believe in mathematics. It just amazes me. Anyway, what's going on? What's up, Retired 2019? What's up, Dennis? Yo, listening from work. Cool. All right, what's up, Live? What's happening, man? I know Live be popping in there. I know he get it. I'll be seeing you out there on the video making the comments. I'll be like, yep, that's true. And those of you that get those members only messages in the community, I appreciate you, because those are my thoughts, and I'm glad I have an outlet to share them with you guys. So that's cool. So if you haven't jumped into members only, please do. Don't expect a lot of videos to be popping in there like the free side, but those are the more, when a video does pop in there, that's more the deeper side of things, right? So I don't really share with what's up, Quentin? What's going on? Oh yeah, it's beautiful today, man. I was out there. I went out earlier today and got some rays. What's up, Dale? What's going on, man? Good friend Dale jumping in. Appreciate you, man. Spending my free time watching LJ. We got plenty of free time, Dale. Plenty. All right. We got about 30 more seconds, then we're going to get started. Get started on this video review. I'm going to explain what this is. First, I'm going to introduce myself. Then I'm going to explain what video reviews are and what's their purpose, okay? All right. It seems like YouTube got their alerts straight, man, because everybody seems to be getting them pretty quickly now. So that's cool. Because at first, people were just not getting alerts, man. They were not getting live alerts. So, all right, let me introduce myself. My name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody believes in credit and debt, financing things that go down in value and wondering why they're living paycheck to paycheck. Just can't figure it out. Anyway, that's where I lived for the first 40 years of my life till I found Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey basically said, hey, take the math that you learned in grade school and apply it to your finances and you'll win with money. And that's what I did. That's it. Nothing fancy, right? Anyway, I experienced since then, I've experienced a freedom that it's indescribable. I can't describe this type of freedom. I never knew existed. Anyway, I loved it so much, I decided to help others come out of the debt matrix as well. And how I do that is expose what I call the glitches in the debt matrix. Things that don't make mathematical sense, yet people continue to do them. Call themselves homeowners with 30-year mortgages, believing they got a car on sale, even though they financed it for 84 months, or financing new phones every single year. You know, that's called revolving credit. See the circle? That's the wheel. You're the rat. So you power the wheel, right? So I help people expose the glitches in the debt matrix by using mathematics. I say, if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it doesn't make financial sense either. So if you call yourself a homeowner and you have a 30-year mortgage, you ask yourself, is that mathematically true of what I'm saying? Then the answer is going to be no, right? Then you got to say, then why am I saying it? That's a glitch. Once you wake up, you'll come out of the debt matrix. And this is all you have to do to escape the debt matrix. I promise you, this is all you got to do. The name of the channel is called Savings Minus Debt. So add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. That includes your mortgage, collections, student loans, old bills that you think are going to fall off in 7 years, all that stupid nonsense, right? All of that. And then go savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Now this is where you're going to be able to escape the debt matrix or not. You got to believe your own math. That number that you see is going to be a large negative number. All you got to do is believe it. All you got to say is, damn, that's what I'm worth. That's what you're worth, a large, deep negative number. And then you got to change it to a positive number. That's it. But if you look at that number and say something like, oh, that's going to take too long. You only live once. I'll never be able to afford to pay. I'll never be able to pay that off. Then you'll be in the debt matrix until you're dead. Okay, that's what that is. Now, what I do today is called a video review, right? People will send me videos, email me videos, and I'll look at them and pick which one I'm gonna do, right? The purpose of the video reviews is not to call anybody a liar, say they're ripping people off, like they're doing anything bad to anybody, because what they're doing is legal. Okay, as far as I can see, according to the video. Okay, I'm not going to say everything this person. I'm just saying what I see. It sounds legal, right? But anyway, what I'm going to do is show you through debt-free eyes of what you can't see. When you're in debt, you can't really see what's happening, right? You think you are, because you can physically see things in front of you. But if you're in a debt matrix, you can't hear or see what's really happening. And I'm going to show that to you. So again, I'm not saying anything negative about this young man or his video or his business, because I've never mixed feelings with business, right? What he's doing doesn't matter to me. How I feel about his business is irrelevant. Doesn't matter how I feel about what he's doing. I'm just going to show you things through debt-free eyes, which really means is what really means is this. I'm gonna show you with math, okay? So you can understand. What's up, Steve? What's up, James? What's going on? What's up, Steven? All right, so we're gonna walk through this video, okay? And I want you guys, now the link to this video is in the description. So if you want to take off and watch it yourself, you can. If you catch this live later, you can watch that video first and then come back and watch my review of this video. But I want you to listen to everything I'm saying. Is it mathematically true? Okay. All right. So let me bring this video up here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pausing this video every now and then. Okay. So you guys can, let me see if I can get that wider. Mini player, play on this. No, we need it bigger than that. All right. This is the best I can do for now. All right. What's up, Mama Max? How you doing? All right. So this is what we're going to do. All right, so I'm gonna start this video, and then looks like it's about 12 minutes long. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be stopping during this video, and I'm gonna show you guys and translate to you guys what are you really seeing, okay? What they're really saying, okay? All right, so let's get this started here. Pretty fancy intro. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right.
Today we're going to get into the financial tips on how to turn liabilities into assets, starting with credit cards, right?
All right. Now, right off the bat, so you guys can understand, he's got a bunch of props around there. Louis Vuitton bags, Gucci bags. You know why those things are there? They're there for slaves. Those bags have no purpose. Those are props. Okay. through debt-free eyes, the first thing I wonder is, why are those bags there? This whole opening right now, it tells me that this guy is not talking to me. Know why? Know why that? Because he has props. Those bags mean absolutely nothing. So put it this way. Say like you replace the letters, the English letters, with Chinese letters. Okay. And you saw the same video. You would look at those bags and say, why are those boxes and bags are there? They only mean something because you know what those words mean on those on those bags. Those are just letters. They don't mean anything. They're just empty boxes and empty bags to trick you. As soon as he started opening, he says, hey, we're going to turn liabilities into assets with credit cards. Right there off the bat, he's right there. He's talking about he's going to turn a liability into an asset by going deeper in debt for a credit card. That makes no mathematical sense. Right off the bat. Right off the bat.
This is one of the biggest liabilities and one of the biggest debt creators that our generation have, is going into debt because of American Express Platinum. We're going to jump deeper in that in a second. So the issue is that growing up, like most of us, we were taught liabilities, assets create wealth, assets create cash flow, actually produce positive revenue. Well, liabilities are things that depreciate, lose value over time. Pretty much, you put your money into it and you lose it. This stuff, right? This is stuff we want, right? We're not going out working to wear Levi's and Hanes t-shirts. It's just not, that's not the ideal that I have for myself.
I have no idea what he's talking about wearing Levi's jeans and Hanes t-shirts. Is something wrong with that? What's wrong with that? And here we go, right immediately back to showing the bags, right? He's not even talking about the bags. Just watch this. Watch this.
That's not why I work hard. Understand I do have investments. Yes, I built a house from the ground up a year ago.
He showed the bags, and he's not even talking about the bags. And then he goes on to, let me go back. Let me make sure he talks just a second.
It's not, that's not the ideal that I have for myself. That's not why I work hard. Understand I do have investments. Yes, I built a house from the ground up a year ago. Brand new. I have investment properties that cash flow, have tenants in it. Yes, I have businesses, multiple businesses that cash flow.
The first question I'm going to ask him, because I built a house from the ground up. I got multiple houses that positive cash flow. Says who? Who says that? You? We don't know any of that. That's just talk, right? And you got to remember, asset means different things to assets. The word asset is defined different between slaves and people with money, right? I built a house from the ground up. You don't got no mortgage? If he says he has a mortgage, it's not his house. You built the bank's house from the ground up. You got positive cash flow from what? These are all these properties. Do you own them? No. Then your mortgage payment minus the mortgage balance equals his positive cash flow. That's exactly right. Okay. If that's in the negative, he's not cash flowing anything because he doesn't own the properties.
Monthly, some cash flow weekly, some cash flow daily. But those are my assets that I've built. But when the cash comes in, should I be afraid to?
Why you keep looking over there when you're talking? What are you trying to think of something to say? He keeps looking over there like something over there.
Go out and spend on liabilities. No, but I've created a way to minimize my liabilities. See, my vehicles are no longer liabilities. Anybody that follows me knows I don't pay for vehicles. And I created a formula to turn my life.
Vehicles are always liabilities, always.
Liabilities and assets. So my cars, high-end cars that I obtain, are now assets.
Notice how he sneaks in there. Oh yeah, my high-end cars. That's for slaves. Slaves key into words like that. Gucci bags, high-end this. I got multiple cash flow. Those are all key words for slaves. Okay.
Credit world, and I'm in the finance world, and I'm a financial strategist. So,
oh God,
I gave you guys the information when it came to credit cards, how to actually create income streams. Well, one of the income streams that I gave you guys was trade lines. Well, with the trade lines, I explained to you guys is that if I have a credit card that's been good for 8 years, I have a $31,000 limit.
Let me explain to you guys what trade lines is, right? This is when they take another person, they take one person and put this person with bad credit on a person with good credit. Let me tell you who does that. Slaves. Okay, this is how trade lines really work, because you can't see it when you're a slave. They'll take somebody deep in debt with really good credit, because you can be deep in debt with good credit, right? And then they take somebody deep in debt with bad credit, and then they marry him, because they take this person, they pay him to say, hey man, if you add this person to your credit card, we'll pay you this. And you better believe this person's going to take it, the person deep in debt with good credit, because they're going to take that money and think they can make money and save their credit. See, it's a match made in heaven, okay? Because people that understand money, you think I would ever take a slave and add him to my credit card? I would never do that, ever. That wouldn't make it, that doesn't make any sense.
And I add authorized users to give my trade line, my whole history. If I add them as an authorized user, my history now reflects on their their credit report. Well, that enhances their report.
That is the dumbest shit.
A much more likelihood of being approved for loans, credit cards, you name it, the things that.
So you take a person with bad credit, you add them to a person with good credit. Now the person with bad credit can now be approved to dig themselves deeper in debt, to dig them into the hole. And people like this, they think they're fooling the credit card companies. They're not fooling the credit card companies. No, they're not. They invented it. They knew slaves would go for it. They knew. The reason why a person with bad credit wants to do that, so they can get more loans, more credit cards, put themselves deeper in debt. That's it.
They're looking to acquire. So now if I add 10 people as an authorized user, I charge them $650 a piece.
Oh, God.
I leave them on for 60 days. Well, that just gave me $6,500 every 60 days. Well, that's 6 cycles in a year. Comes out to about 39,000 and some change. Well, let's just round that up to 40,000. That's $40,000 per year.
Oh God!
Positive cash flow off of having good credit. Well, that's one credit card. If I had 2, I got $80,000 per year.
Oh damn!
I'm close to that golden ticket mark of 6 figures, right? That's what everybody.
He's slave splaining. Okay, none of that I could say anything. Hey, yeah, I got 5 credit cards. I put 50,000 people on it. That's $1 million a month just for trade lines, man. That's just hey, yeah. And you know, my high-end cars, they're appreciating assets. What? Remember, all that stuff is to entice slaves. The very opening of this video should tell you who they're talking to, who he's talking to. He's talking to slaves.
Issues for nowadays and age, that's not anything significant, right? It used to be something to make 6 figures. Now it's not. But nonetheless, those of you that are establishing yourselves and entrepreneurs on the way up, that's where you want to get to be comfortable, to be able to invest and able to actually, invest into your own companies, invest into your own ideas, or reinvest into your family, reinvest into those properties that your grandparents passed down, whatever it is that does.
Adding in all the feelings. Hey, pass it down to your kids, your grandparents, and blah, blah, blah. That's all slave splaining, okay? Slaves. Hey, Mama Max, don't worry about it. You don't even want to know about trade lines.
Give you a solid income that gives you to a financial complacent place to where you can actually grow. And that's the goal. So when I talk about today converting those liabilities to assets,
oh God,
I'm gonna give you guys another way. See, I just gave you guys a trade line video.
Oh, you did? Okay.
That's $80,000 per year. Positive cash flow. Work 6 days out the year.
Oh God.
Your famous liability that can potentially drive your family into the hole with debt for generations to come. I just reversed that and gave you a completely different direction to head into off of these credit cards. That's one method. So now we don't leverage debt anymore. So American Express, you're not going to bury us in debt anymore. Well, let me give you another way for my entrepreneurs, right? This way is going to be a little bit different.
Okay.
And it has multiple benefits depending on your lifestyle. For people who want to travel, this gives you free travel. For people who want to grow large lines of credit, this helps you. For people who need to liquidate their credit cards to invest in their business, to learn how to liquidate and not pay a high.
Liquidate your credit cards. I'm all ears. He's going to teach us how to liquidate credit cards. Okay, let's go.
Interest rate that the credit card companies give us. Yeah, it's easy to get a credit card. And the beautiful part is that we control our credit. So if
oh God. Oh my God. He is slave explaining to the max. We control our credit cards. No, you don't. You own Visa? Wait a minute, dude. You own MasterCard. What oh God.
you have control of your credit. You control what kind of credit cards you can go out and get. You may not be able to control whether the banks give you a business loan or not. That's strictly up to them. And it's very hard to get a business loan for a decent amount. I had a client had a 780 credit score, and they denied him for a $50,000 business loan. I took him back a week later and got him $75,000 in lines of credit. The issue is that $75,000 in lines of credit came with a 19% interest rate versus that $50,000 loan would have came at a 6%, 4 to 6% interest rate.
I feel so sorry for slaves. I really do. I feel sorry for slaves. Nothing he's saying makes any mathematical sense. Now, mind you, let me repeat this. Nothing he's doing is illegal. Okay, it's a legal business. All right. But what he's doing is designed for slaves. All right. Because nothing he's saying is making any mathematical sense whatsoever.
We basically tripled the interest on us and put them in credit cards. Banks are looking out for banks. They're not looking out for entrepreneurs. They're not looking out for you. They're not looking out for
anybody. They're a business to make money. He's only talking to he's not looking out for you. He's not looking at those are feelings. You got to ask anybody that says that to you, got to say, hey man, why are you involving your feelings? That don't make sense. This is business. What do you mean looking out for me? What's that? They ain't looking out for nothing. They're looking out for green.
They're looking out for banks.
Yes.
So we have to look out for us. So what I did was I told him and I explained to him, I said, look, this is pretty much how my program exists. This is how I've been able to leverage and become who I've been able to become. It's because I converted that deadly liability that they give us, right? That's a deadly liability at 26%, 23% on interest. That's deadly for a business owner. It's deadly for an aspiring entrepreneur.
Okay, you said that. Come on.
He was like, well, what do I do now that I have this line of credit? So I explained to him, I said, listen, and this is where I give you guys the information as well. I showed him, I walked him into Apple. He had a $25,000 credit card. I said, listen, I spent $25,300 in Apple. On that $25,000, I put $25,000 on his credit card. I put $300 off of his debit card. Literally left, came back within an hour, told him we decided to go with Windows. Did a full refund, gave them the debit card. All we did was did a refund. The complete transaction now went into his checking account.
Oh,
all back onto his.
Can you understand? Do you understand what he just told him to do? I don't even know if that's legal or even true. All right. Regardless, it doesn't make any difference if it's true or not. He thinks that's an advantage of taking $25,000 off a credit card, taking that money and depositing your debit card. You still owe that $25,000? You think that's free? Slaves, I feel so sorry for you guys. They're doing you guys so dirty. They're kicking you while you're on the ground. Your chains are rattling. They're kicking you all in your mouth and your head. Oh man.
Debit card. Well, we just liquidated that credit card without paying a merchant fee, without paying a cash advance fee, at no interest now. Did we just liquidate that credit card? Well, we liquidated it and actually got paid for it because good old American Express give you reward points. 25,000 landed him 75,000 reward.
How many
points.
views this video
Plus
got?
It was a new car.
81,000 views.
3,000 in the first 90 days. He had a $70,000 bonus that they would give him. So he got 75,000 from the spend, 70,000 on the bonus. That put him close to right under 145,000 points, multiple free flights, and almost $1,000 in cash if he wants to redeem it that way. Who's to say he can't go do that 2 or 3 times a month?
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. He said, who's to say if he does this 2 to 3 times? Are you insane? Oh my God. 81,000 views. He got 81,000 views on this video. Okay. Okay. It's 2019. We're a year. Well, okay. Yeah. We're a little over a year. All right. Whatever. But hey, man, who's to say 2 or 3 times a month? You think you? Oh, slaves! I feel so sorry for you guys. Nothing he's saying is making any mathematical sense whatsoever. Nothing. Nothing. That's why those props are there.
Even if you make $300-400 per transaction on rewards back, 3 or 4 times, that's $1,200 a month. That probably covers somebody's mortgage. The money goes into your debit account. You just pay the money right back out of your debit account. Or
what?
That's for somebody who just wants to get free travel. Just hit your sign-on bonus for that credit.
Free? You think he's that only make, okay? Listen, you guys, listen. Nothing he's saying making any sense. He thinks he takes the money off of a credit card and transfers to his bank account, and then all of a sudden he thinks he gets free travel. Nothing is free. If you have to check this out, if you have to take $25,000 off a credit card to get free stuff, that means you don't have $25,000. Nothing's free.
Credit card you just got. How do I spend $3,000 in, 30 days, 60 days, means 90 days that they give us? How do I spend that money? Well, I just gave it to you. Enjoy those points. Enjoy the travel. Liquidate into your checking account, pay it back. You got those free reward points, those miles.
I don't even understand what he's saying. I don't even understand what he's saying. I have no clue of what he's saying. What are you, free points and this and that? What the? You had $300 in your debit card, and then all of a sudden you transfer $25,000 off a credit card, and now you think you get free stuff? That makes absolutely no sense.
Congratulations. That's an advanced tactic of manufacturer spending. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper. If you're an entrepreneur and you go,
there he goes, showing them props again. Did you notice that? He showed the Gucci boxes. You see that? Now, again, what if those bags were in Chinese? You'd probably look at those props and be like, why are those bags there? The only reason why you recognize, because you know what Gucci and Louis Vuitton means. That's it. That's only what it means to you. When I look at a Gucci bag, I just see a bag or box. I just see a box. People in debt see something that's worth money.
Capital to invest. Say I'm in real estate, right? I recently did a deal and I needed $47,000. I need $40,000 for my real estate deal. Well, I liquidated my car for $47,000. Put $40,000 down on for my hard money, my earnest money down. Put $40,000 down. The other $7,000 I used to cover my monthly payments, and I use hard money to cover the rest and do my rehab. I now have no skin in the game. Well, you got $47,000 that you owe to the credit card company.
You sure don't. You don't have no skin in the game, nothing. So anything you're doing, you don't own anything. Nothing. You have no skin in the game. He's exactly right. He has no skin in the game. None. What that really means is that He has no money of his own, which means he doesn't own anything. Nothing.
Yeah, true.
There go those bags again.
Because I liquidated another credit card and paid that bill off to zero. And then when the other one is due, I paid that one down, pay that to zero. So now both my credit cards reflect zero balance at the time of reporting. These credit cards are now an investment tool. So now I'm using this money to invest. Now I'll make and bring back $53,000 on the deal, profit.
Let me explain something to you, especially you slaves that jump in. You don't really understand what investing means. This is what investing means. You have your own money to invest in things outside of yourself. So this is what it means. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to invest. If it's in the negative, you cannot invest negative dollars. You have no money to invest. None, zero. You cannot invest negative dollars. That's 100% mathematically impossible.
Well, my money goes back, or my earnest money goes back.
He keeps saying my money. It's not your money. It is not your money.
I made $53,000 profit.
Oh.
I put no skin in the game. If I had zero money in my pocket, I just gave you a blueprint on how to get it.
You're right. You have zero money in your pocket and you don't even know it. Hey, slaves, listen. He keep telling you the truth. He doesn't have any skin in the game. Translation, he doesn't have any money to put into the game. No money. He's the only one that doesn't know. He's the only one that doesn't know that. The bank is fully aware of this. The bank is 100% aware that he has no money. He thinks he's investing all this money for free. He's borrowing money at a percentage rate, digging himself deeper in debt each time he does it, and he thinks he's profiting. Okay, you guys, you don't, slaves, listen, wake up, slaves. That's not true. You can't borrow yourself to wealth. You can't do that. That's insane.
Real estate. Whether you want to get into trucking, whether you want to get into e-commerce, how do you get the capital to invest? Listen, we control our credit.
And if you're making so much money, how come you don't got a microphone? Where's your microphone at? You should have a quality microphone talking. Why are you talking like you in the back of a room? These mics are even cheap. These are $100 mics. You can get a mic, but you can't get it. You keep pulling up that same credit card and you keep putting a laptop right in the center of it. Why are you doing it? It's props, people.
Convert these liabilities into assets. Let's make these banks work for us.
Oh, God.
I just gave you guys a blueprint on how to complete it.
Banks make trillions of dollars. Trillions. All you got to do, listen, I don't know this dude personally, right? One look at his personal credit report will tell me why I'm seeing everything I'm seeing. Louis Vuitton bags. He keeps calling the credit card an asset. He's got the Apple laptop sitting there. He got the Gucci boxes over there. One look at his personal credit report will tell me why he has all that.
All you need to do is learn how to control your credit and convert your liabilities or potential liabilities.
The banks control credit, not you, ever. Ever. You don't control anything. This is what a credit card is for. It's to reward slaves for staying deeper in debt. They reward you at a point the longer you keep staying in debt. Okay, that's what it's for. That's your reward. Hey, you go finance a car, they reward you with a credit point or 2 or 3 or 20. However, whatever number of points that will make you happy, they will give them to you. Okay?
And assets. And then when you live a life of all profit, you go 100,000, 300,000 in lines of credit because you're constantly cycling and growing those credit cards.
See, constantly cycling, that's the rat wheel. You're the rat, slaves. You're the rat, and he's telling you about the wheel to keep you there. You power the wheel. Have you noticed that when you picture the rat race, the rat wheel, you notice there's no engine powering the wheel? That's because it's you.
What happens? You live a life of all profit.
Oh, God.
These liabilities don't really start to look like liabilities. unlimited access to capital and something that you control, which is your credit. Figure out how to convert your liabilities to assets. This is my first YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Oh, you better believe it's your first YouTube video. Now I got to click on you. Now, hey, check this out. We ain't done yet, okay? Wait, just a second. Let me.
There's many more to come on converting liabilities to assets. I may teach you guys how to convert those cars.
Oh, God.
How we get those Wraiths. How we get them Ferraris. Range Rovers.
No. All right, I ain't done with him yet. Let me go to his channel. 1 second. Him 500. Let's go see what him 500 yet. Oh, he's got a. Okay, hold up. Let me get the latest video. Newest. Let's go to the newest. Oh, crap. No. Go back. Go back. Okay. No. How to turn credit into cash. Oh, that's 1 minute. What's recession proof? Okay. Okay, that's the one I just watched. Oh, he ain't did nothing in a while. All right, this one's 1 minute. Let's see what this one is. I'm curious. He got me.
Today we're going to talk about turning credit to cash. Let's say you got a credit card with a $15,000 limit. Throughout the year, you spend $3,000 on shopping, another $4,000 on vacation, $2,000 miscellaneous. That's going to accrue an interest of $1,440. Each month, you make a $125 payment. That's going to be another $1,500. At the end of the year, you have one credit card with a balance of $11,940 in debt. If you got 2 credit cards, you're almost $24,000 in debt. Now, let's say you got a credit card and you live this season and you have authorized users. You can charge them up to $650. You can add 10 at a time every 60 days. That's going to give you $6,500. Now, throughout the year, that's 6 cycles. That's going to give you.
Okay, that's enough. I got to get out of here. I don't know what he's talking about. That makes no sense. What is this? He must.
If you open.
Oh, good. Okay, hold up. He's on the stage?
Opened up an account that you're disputing and you lived on recession-proof way.
Okay, who is he talking to on the stage? Now I'm getting pissed off. I'm getting pissed off now. Hold up. Okay, wait a second. All right, one more video, you guys.
Still live on recession-proof way. Put another address in your credit report, please. Right? Because that's going to help them verify it. You don't want to verify it, especially if you're dealing with a client. They may have to send in disputes and put another address on because you don't want to send disputes coming from the actual address where they responded to the address where the account was open. So that's one of the things that you want to pay attention to when you actually operate that way.
How he gets so.
Okay, let's get to it.
Of us.
Show you and value, right? I'm value add.
You didn't get a chance to attend the conference today for whatever reason.
Okay, that's not about him. Okay, he just opened it. All right, one more. Let me just see something. I'm curious.
From the 209, we got somebody who's from my neck of the woods, financial strategist, Marcus Barney, a.k.a. him 500.
What up?
Hi.
Thank you guys for having me.
So I know when they say let's keep it 100, if you're from Stockton, you keep it 100. But how did you get the name him 500?
100 times 5.
Okay,
And then
that's pretty
him
simple.
I'm him.
What's 5? Why is 5 the magic number?
5, Fortune 500.
Talk about it.
Exactly.
Top level with it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what we like to do every once in a while is we like to have guests on that are going to offer an educational perspective.
You need me on that show. If you guys, Hollywood Unlocked, you guys need to invite me ASAP.
And not the typical recklessness that we get into.
Exactly. And, if there's one thing that, nobody can, have enough of is financial literacy. And
Money talk.
Exactly. Money talk and understanding how to, save, invest. So tell us a little bit about what it actually means to be a financial strategist. 2 really big words. What does it actually?
All right, get off her. It's throwing my game off. Let's go. Let's throw my game. Get back on the focus. Let's go.
Okay, so that's one of the things that a lot of people ask because I deal in the finance. So everybody assuming put it to credit.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I kind of work with is that everything after credit.
Mm-hmm.
So many people do credit repair nowadays, but what do you do once your credit is good?
Yeah, that's a really, really good
tell us,
question. Yeah.
please.
They
Well,
say,
when you do what I do, you ruin it again.
Most
Look at slaves. See how they laugh about? They joke about it. Hey, what do you do? I ruin it again. That's slave talk. Only slaves joke about going back into debt. They just joke about it. It doesn't make any sense. They do it. Oh my goodness.
I'm sure most people do.
It's a cycle.
And that's the issue. Or you have good credit and you get it and you think that, okay, you can get a car or a house, or people do the cliche, you can get involved in real estate, right? But it takes money to invest in real estate. So instead of actually using that liability, borrowing, hoping that you make money back, I started creating ways to actually create income streams. So with like something like your credit card, you guys familiar when you build your credit out with like trade lines? Most people don't offer them and sell them themselves. So what I did was I created a strategy for you to be able to use your credit cards. Like you have 10 spots available.
Okay.
Right? I have a credit card that's 8 years old, 31,000. If I add you on as an authorized user,
please do.
It'll build your credit.
Oh,
right?
Okay. Right.
I'll charge you $650. I have 10 spots available. Right. That's $6,500. End of the year, I leave you on 60 days. End of the year, I make $40,000 off one credit card.
So every credit card gives you 10 slots to add somebody on, just certain credit cards.
Certain credit cards. So that's what I did.
Like Amex and
Amex give you 99, but they don't report history. You see, and it's a lot to it. Like
it's a
Discover,
strategy.
Yeah, Discover won't. Discover reports within 7 days, remove within 7 days.
How is he on this show? I don't get it. I don't get why. I don't get how he's on this show. I just don't get it.
So what I did was just create and find a card that will allow you to, right? So now you have good credit. You can actually generate an income, right?
What?
$40,000 a year, 2 cards a year, you got $80,000 a year. Now you can actually
but now
invest.
this is the problem that I have with people who do this is I can never find primary trade lines, because you can get, the what are the other ones called?
Use the trade line.
You can get authorized users, but the primary trade lines are the hard ones to get, which are typically from auto loans, right?
So let's talk, right? That's now we're gonna get deep, because now you asked
Auto loans, you said?
Yeah, like auto loans. That when you get a primary trade line,
Yeah.
that gives you that really strong. Because having credit is one thing, having strong credit with strong history is another.
Yeah.
And that's the point, right? So even with that, it's a company called Swapalease, right?
What?
You can go out and buy like a smart car and $100 a month and take over somebody's lease for 12 months. That's $1,200 for a primary trade line. If you're familiar with primaries, they usually charge about $3,000.
Oh my God, they are doing slaves so dirty. Swapalease. That's called swap a slave. Slaves are swapping. They're swapping spots. Okay, they're still slaves. It doesn't matter. They're still slaves. Swap a lease. Swap a slave.
Well, you can go do a lease takeover for $100 a month. That's $1,200. That's a primary auto loan, and it's on you. You don't have to put a down payment. Get
But do you have to have good credit to do that though?
You have to have okay credit, right? So, but that's once you're looking for.
Only a slave would ever do that. So of course you only need okay credit, because only people that need credit will do that, especially slaves.
Trade lines, you should already have clean credit. Now you're in the building stage.
But having clean credit but no credit history is not good
That's
credit.
where we start with playing with things like real estate, right? So like me, what I do is I own properties, right?
Oh, you're
so
full of shit, man.
I have it's a company called Rental Karma Rent Reporters. They report your rent for 2 years. Well, you can backdate, say I opened it 5 years ago. Let's say you live there. I'll say, okay, most people who have that credit looking to build probably been late on their rent, right? I'll say, okay, look, you live in my property. You rent a room for me for $2,500 a month. I'm gonna charge you $1,000, but I'm gonna report 2 accounts. So 2 primaries that's based off of you. Those 2 primaries now reflect on your credit report, 2 years good payment history. I'm gonna leave it active for 3 months. I'm gonna charge you $1,000, but I got 3 rooms in my property, so I just made $3,000 every 90.
I would love to see his credit report. I would love to see it. I would love to see his personal credit report. What he's saying, just like Ill Wills. What's up, Ill Wills? It's word salad, slave splaining. None of this makes mathematical sense. Nothing. None of it.
Days, which now covers my mortgage, my investment properties that pays them all my rent goes straight to my pocket. You get what I'm saying? It's the strategy.
I get it.
It's like selling.
No, it's not. If you have mortgages on any of those properties, that money's not going into your pocket. It's going into the bank's pocket. Okay? Slaves, I hope you guys are listening. If you thinking like him and you own a property right now, you think you own the property, I want you to go your mortgage payment minus the mortgage balance equal your profit. Now you tell me, how much profit are you making?
Dope, but through houses and credit.
Now I get it, but now think about it. The average person that's watching this is probably confused, right?
Oh yeah, they started to hear
No,
us
you're confused
speak
too.
in Swahili.
And so is
I
she.
get what you're saying when you start. So break it down. If I'm a person that's
So you're a person that has a 400 credit score. What is the process of going from 400 to 800?
If you have a 400 credit score, you shouldn't be touching credit. You should be getting out of debt.
And being able to get loans and credit cards and get
generate
out of
revenue. I'm just an average guy.
Or
Looking to generate,
Wait,
right?
can we start with
Yeah,
that? Just
yeah,
for
okay,
that?
go ahead.
So here the main topic. I don't like doing people's credit, right?
Cleaning the credit, you mean?
Listen, we so past that, right? And people pigeonhole
Okay.
the information. It's things
What?
like this. You think about Experian, Equifax. How many people
TransUnion.
dispute items every day,
Mhm.
right? Do you realistically think that there's a person sitting there reading your letter going, okay, this what happened, let me investigate?
I used to own a credit repair company, and what we used to
I
do.
bet you did.
Well, one question you ask a person, like, is there any fraud on your account?
Mhm.
Like, is anything that you see here that you did not do? If they have one item,
Mhm.
you have to make a police report. You send in with the police report, and they just take everything off. At least that's what they did then back in the day.
Look, that's an old method. A lot of people did, but you can't sustain with that. So now, instead of me holding the information back, look, that's a computer, right? So now we got to play against artificial intelligence, right? If it's a computer sitting there and they got 30 days to respond, let's say it's the 14th, I'm going to backdate. And anybody watching, listen, this information, this is what you use against
What are you talking about?
backdate your letter, right? There's a 609 letter you can use just to challenge the items that's on your credit report. If it's the 14th, backdate it to the 1st, right? 2 weeks later, come back, hit them with a 30-day demand to comply. It's a computer reading the disputes. Now they have a letter that was sent in on the 1st, a letter that was sent in on the 30th with no response, right?
Mm.
You follow up with a company called CFPB, which is Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which is the big brother company over the credit bureau.
He's teaching slaves how to get out of their debts by not paying them off. That's all he's doing. He's not teaching you guys anything. He's not teaching you how to get out of debt. He's not saying, hey, is this debt yours or whatever. He's teaching you how to try to skirt your debt. Only slaves do that. If you created the debt, you need to figure out how to get out of from under it. Not like this. Okay. Look at all this. Hey, do a letter 2 weeks later. Make sure you do it on the 14th and then backdate it. Why don't you just pay your debt off and you don't have to worry about any of that?
When you do that, what happens is now they investigate. Artificial intelligence is going to spit out a report. Dispute came in on the 1st.
Exactly, Ear Wills. He's talking about mail. Oh my God. He's talking about all this stuff. Why don't you just pay your debt off?
30-day demand came in on the 30th.
Just like Andre said, he's saying this stuff out loud. Now remember, okay, you guys must understand. Aliens, listen. I know you guys think I'm joking. They don't hear what they're saying, because if he knew what he was saying didn't make mathematical sense, he would not say it out loud. If he knew he didn't own the properties that he's talking about, if he owns them at all, we don't know that unless he shows them paperwork. He can make up anything. It doesn't make any mathematical sense. But again, if he knew what he was saying didn't make mathematical sense, he wouldn't be on a show saying it out loud in public.
Items removed. Like,
So it's easier than people know.
yeah, it's just a point. People hold this information back.
Mhm.
It's companies like LexisNexis that you got to suppress because they hold all your backdated information. So a lot of times when things get verified, people don't know. LexisNexis, CoreLogic, SageStream. These are companies holding information.
Get out of debt and you won't have to worry about any of those companies. Those companies survive on people in debt, slaves. That's how they're in business.
You wonder why it gets verified, like bankruptcies. Courts don't report it, but who's holding the information?
What?
LexisNexis. You got to opt out of these companies and suppress that information.
Well, hold up.
Logic, SageStream. These are companies holding information. You wonder why it gets verified, like bankruptcies. Courts don't report it, but who's holding the information?
What?
LexisNexis. You got to opt out of these companies and suppress that information. A lot of people.
Banks don't report bankruptcy. Yes, they do. They're on your bankruptcy's on your credit report. What are you talking about?
People do disputes to an address where they actually opened up the negative account and send a dispute letter and a return to come to that same address.
Right.
Like, come on. So
You gotta be smart. Use your cousin address.
Boom. Pay attention to these things, but methods like I just said will get items removed. Suppress everything first, get the items removed, then we move forward to making money.
So now you clean up the credit. So now the person's credit's clean. Back to his point. Then how does that person then go from the clean 500 credit or whatever to 800 or 750 and with trade lines and all that?
See, you can add trade lines. You do like the swap release thing I just said, the rental karma. It's a lot of different strategies that we can use. We never do secured loans. We'll do secured cards. We'll do secured loans.
So you suggest, so I have a friend, right? Barber, he want to go get a Mercedes Benz. Never.
Of course you have a friend. It's not you though. All right. It's a friend. Go ahead. Tell us about your friend.
Had car credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not okay.
No. I just want to finish. So he went to go in, of course, because he don't have car credit. They want him to put a lot of money down.
They tried to do that with me.
Yeah. Do you suggest somebody like that do a swap lease instead? And it doesn't have to be a Mercedes, but should that person, is that the scenario where somebody use swap lease? Like, what's the scenario where you should swap lease?
Yeah. What are you gonna say to him? What?
Swap lease thing is used for. I use it to build credit.
Oh, you're so foolish.
So that way you can get a primary. You can use it so you don't have to put money down. All right, because most people trying to get out of the leases, they don't make you put money.
Yeah, don't put money down. Finance the whole entire amount. Okay, go ahead, man.
But typically, that's not where I kind of step in.
Okay.
With cars and getting stuff like that. I'm more so like how we get to the bag, how we grow as.
So get to the bag, meaning once you help them build a profile that's strong with primaries and authorize you.
Hey, slaves, the bag. I know you guys think it's money in the bag. You can replace it with gold. You can replace it with silver. You can replace the bag with cryptocurrency. The bag doesn't exist. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, that's a myth. That's not real. The bag is not real. He's the leprechaun.
They have this really strong profile, credit profile. You then help them get what? Loans and stuff like that?
Oh, God.
Create business, income streams. Right?
You?
Just like off my credit card, I get reward points, right? And it's creative stuff that we do, like play with companies like Apple, right? It's a bunch of companies that I can go in and spend $20,000 on my credit card, put $200 on my debit card,
so foolish.
come back and say, I decided to go with Windows, right? But because I did a
there go that story again.
all my money goes into my checking account.
But that's a hustle, though.
No, right?
Oh, it's not.
My credit card, right? We're not looking.
You see how that other slave said that's a hustle. He identified it right away. That's a hustle. That's not anything smart, financial, nothing.
Dated it in what? Property?
No, just liquidate in cash.
Okay.
So now
I'm trying to wait.
But you
how did you just do that?
You liquidated in cash by buying property and selling it.
No, I bought it and returned it. Do a refund, right? You know, like if you want to do, say you got something you want to invest in. You can't pull your cash out. You do a cash advance fee or you're going to get hit with the interest. So now I'm losing my profits. If I'm paying you interest, I'm losing profit, right? If I go and liquidate my credit card, now I actually got paid because what happens? American Express gives me reward points. So now not only did I get paid to liquidate my credit card, I now have my cash in my account. I got paid to liquidate it.
When you say liquidate your credit card, what does that mean?
Pull your balance off. So let's say you have a limit of 20,000. You now have that 20,000 in your credit, in your checking account.
You just take it all out.
But how do I've never heard of this, Trevor. How do you liquidate a credit card?
Like I said,
oh, God.
Right? Liquidate to pull your.
So he's suggesting, so just like he said in the video before, now I don't even know if this is true or not. Okay. It doesn't even matter if it's true. Right. But he goes to Apple, spend $25,300. He spent $25,000 on the Apple credit card. And I don't know how many people are going to get an actual $25,000 Apple credit card. That's number one. Okay. If you got bad credit, how many people with bad credit is going to get approved for a $25,000 Apple card? Not many. All right. Then he comes with a debit card and spend $300. He's saying that instead of them refunding that $25,000 back on the Apple credit card, they're going to refund it on the dude's debit card, and he's not going to pay interest. They're just going to take the money, and Apple's going to say, hey, oh, well, where'd our money go? Oh, over there. Okay, they get to use it for free. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Pull the actual available balance off, right? So say you got something you want to invest in, right? When you guys started up Hollywood Unlocking it, and you need startup capital, and you go, well, I got good credit, but if I use my credit card, now I'm gonna get hit with interest, right? I'm gonna get hit with a cash advance fee as soon as I use this credit card to pull cash out, unless I'm buying all purchases, right? So if I pull cash out, or if people get in real estate, they pull cash out, you get hit with a higher interest rate.
I guess where I'm asking, where I'm unclear, just because I'm the guy watching it.
That's because it's a hustle. That's why you're unclear. It makes no sense. That's why you're unclear.
Show that's unclear. Clearing the credit card. What does that look like? Because like there's a credit card where you go to an ATM and do a cash advance, but this I'm trying.
What he's saying is he's using a credit card to buy an object like something
That's
from
what
Apple,
I said earlier.
but then he returns it,
right.
and that return goes to his bank account instead of just the credit card.
Exactly.
So now he's getting the physical cash instead of taking the cash off the credit card where they're going to charge you more interest.
So this is a lesson that one of your companies teaches people strategy of how to
That's a
just
strategy
get capital.
That's how to actually, one, get capital, but liquidate your capital to invest.
If you guys ever come across a person like that, you say, hey, let me see your personal credit report. Let me see it. Let me see your personal credit report. I promise you guys. Now, listen, if you're a slave, listen. People that talk like this, I guarantee you, their credit report looks just like yours. Okay?
Right. But get paid.
But you still have to pay the $20,000 back.
So imagine if you did it right, and let's say you did
Fraud. It's fraud.
If you're looking to grow your
That's
credit,
fraud.
right? You got to max your credit card out a few times, and then they start increasing the limits. So I teach people how to triple and double their credit
What?
limits every 6 months.
Whoa. What?
Looking to grow your credit card, right? You got to max your credit card out a few times, and then they start increasing the limits.
Max your credit card out a few times, and then the bank will increase your limits. Let's say that one more time. Max your credit cards out a few times, and then the banks will increase your limits. How is he on this show and I'm not? How is that? Somebody tell me that. How is he on that show?
So I teach people how to triple and double their credit card limits every 6 months.
Oh God!
I built my credit profile up to
What the
million over the last 2 years in credit. I'll go do it 2-3 times in a month. Now it looks like I spent $60,000, max my card out. When the money comes into my account,
it looks like you spent $60,000 to yourself, not to the bank. The bank knows exactly what you're doing. They know you didn't spend $60,000 because you don't even have $60,000. That's why you're borrowing the money from them.
I just pay it back.
What do you say to the people who say credit is the devil and this is the reason why so many black people are struggling?
Here we go with the color thing. Here we go with the color thing again. That's why black people are struggling for credit. It has nothing to do with that. Debt is the colorblind slave master, slaves. Debt is the colorblind slave master. The only thing it sees is green. Okay, remember that.
You know, because you have credit cards straight in college or students who going to college. I know me and all my homies couldn't wait. And we got to college with little boo sitting there, signed up for a credit card. We signed up for unsecured credit cards, even though the balance was $1,000.
Yeah,
we went out and spent that $1,000, and now we didn't pay our bill. Now here we are hiring you.
You can't hire me to do your credit. One, for them, right?
We're trying to hire you,
but that's my point of why I'm here, right? Is to give people that strategy to where, listen, you could generate cash and an income stream from credit instead of going into debt.
You can generate money by going into debt. You can generate money by going into debt. That makes no mathematical sense.
That's where we have to stop. That's where our education barrier lies, because people don't know to actually go out and say, okay, how can I use this to my benefit?
Yeah.
Right. So if I can use credit to a benefit, not an actual, make it an asset versus a liability. Right.
All right. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. I've heard 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 enough. You guys want to continue to go watch him? Go watch him. I've heard enough. Slaves, listen. if you ever want to be free, you ever want to not be a slave anymore, you cannot listen to stuff like that. There's millions of people. There's a whole, not millions, but there's thousands of people like him out there teaching you guys this type of stuff. Trade lines of credit, use credit to go deeper in debt. You guys don't know. You can't. Only thing they're doing is selling you a shovel. They're saying, here, dig yourself out of the hole that you're in. Here's a shovel. And you're paying for that shovel. Each time you take a loan, you digging yourself deeper. Here's a shovel. All right, what's up? Let me give you some shouts out. What's up, Careless Whisperer? How you doing? Ill Wills, if I didn't say that already. Andre, No Country for Old Sims. You guys are coming up with some funny names. What's up, Nicer? Alien Squad. Now, if you guys want to comment on this video, you guys have any questions, I'm going to put this up here. Let me put this up here so you guys can jump in anytime. All right, what's up, Mama Max? What's up, Johnny Blaze? Dave, what's going on, Dave Sincere? Andre. Boy, I tell you, man. I tell you, they're doing you guys so dirty. Me personally, I couldn't do slaves like that. I can't do you guys like that. I'm here to help. All right. What's up, B-Man? Oh, Hyphy says, how many times Apple gonna let all these people make $25,000 returns? According to him, Hyphy, every time he do it, they won't think nothing. They won't think nothing of it. Oh, you came back. Oh, this your third time this month coming back trading in $25,000. Oh, we ain't gonna know what you're doing. Oh God, I tell you, man. I tell you. Woo! I tell you. What's up, Johnny Blaze? What's going on, man?
Hey, man, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I don't know where you found this video, man. That sounds like money laundering, man.
It sounds like, you know what? It's something. It's not legit. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. I'm just pointing out the things that don't make mathematical sense, and it doesn't make mathematical sense. None of it.
No, it doesn't at all. And because I was curious as I'm trying to follow what he's talking about, he's jumping around, but I'm like, okay, where is the income part coming in? Because at some point you got to pay this stuff off. You know,
you got to pay that back. You got to pay that back. So he's talking about, this is what he's saying. You're going to pull that money off the card, put it on your debit card. He said, now you won't be charged interest or any kind of fees. So you're going to just take their money for free? No, you're not. No, you're not. That's not happening.
And then, of course, he would bring in the whole real estate piece. So he kind of jumped around, but he never actually told or showed how the process actually works from beginning to end. He would start it, but he would just always jump through. And then, of course, the other guys over there, he's kind of like on the bandwagon. But it appeared as though one of the guys kept asking legitimate questions. And the minute a legitimate question got asked, here comes the distraction.
That's for sure. That, you know, what's so crazy is that what he's doing, slaves only hear what they want to hear. All a slave wants to hear is, how can they increase their credit score? How can they get more loans? That's all they want to hear. They don't really care about how it's being done. They just want to know how they can do it. That's it.
Okay, so now, let's say you're able to increase the credit score. You're able to get the loan. What do you do with it now?
They're going to go deeper in debt.
Exactly.
They're selling them shovels to dig themselves out of debt at an interest rate. That's all they're doing. They're selling them shovels.
Because and you know, you made a comment on something. You said, okay, with all this stuff here, he's never once has anyone mentioned paying off in any bills or any debt whatsoever.
None. Zero.
No.
That's not the. If you tell a slave the only way you're going to be able to do it is pay off your debt, they're going to tune you out. They don't want to hear that.
You know what it is, man? You're not flashy. That's why you're not going to get on the show. You're not going to show some get rich quick scheme. Because look, getting out of debt takes patience and discipline.
Yes. Yes. I know that if I got on that show, they'll be bored to death. They're like, what? What about credit score? If I get on there and say it don't mean anything, they're gonna be like, what? Oh no, we can't have you on the show.
Nah, you can't come back there.
You can't come back. You can't even come on. Crazy.
Yeah, that is insane, man. I was like, ah. But you know, there's so many of these credit, you know, whatever, you know, gurus and spell casters and all this other nonsense. And I heard something in the video, and I guess one of the people were saying that they used to run a credit repair service. Now, it'd have been interesting to find out why'd you stop.
Well, that was the host, the guy host. He said that,
Okay.
right? And you could hear the way he was talking. You would think to yourself, you ran a credit repair place, and the way you're talking right now, that tells you everything you need to know about that dude and his credit repair business. You tell everything.
Right.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. So I'm, whoo, man, this is dangerous out here, man. This is dangerous these days.
You know what? At the same time, we need slaves, okay?
We do, yeah.
What he's teaching, I know it sounds crazy and it sounds counter, but what he's teaching is important because the economy would not work without slaves.
Well, I guess we know where a lot of those stimulus checks are going to go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to brand new iPhones.
Yeah.
Down payments on some cars. That's where it's going.
Because, you know, he kept mentioning real estate. I'm like, you know, that's all fine and dandy, but you got to put people into those properties.
Well, he's bouncing all over the place. He's talking personal, and he's talking business, and then he's bouncing back to personal, and then he's bouncing. But slaves don't know he's jumping back and forth. They don't know that.
Right. Yeah.
They don't know that.
Okay. Well, that's all I had, man. I'm not going to be on here long. Actually, I'm still grinding right now.
Okay.
Trying to get out of debt.
Hey, that's how you do it.
Okay.
That's how you do it.
All right, but I'll be listening in the background, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right, take care.
All right. Shout out to Antoine for the $19.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. For those that do not know, A. Kirkland Dorsey. All right, let's see what else you guys got up here. Let's see. Let's see. I don't want to miss some of you guys. Points or you guys comments. So 1 second here. Let me see what you guys are writing like crazy, man. I gotta catch up. Just a second. All right. Oh, okay. You guys are way up there. Jeez. Crazy. Oh, it's so nuts. It's so nuts. Shout out to Johnny Blaze for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna try to read some of you guys' comments, man. I know you guys are breaking it down here. All right. Ivy says, how many times Apple gonna do that return? I know you got a limited time. Too many tricks. You're right. Dave says, he talking in a straight scam mode, pulling balance, liquidating. All he's saying is I split the purchase into two payments, one on the Apple card and one on the other card. That's all he's doing, right? Fraud. I mean, it's the strategy ? Exactly. Dave says, go back to return item. Tell them to put it on your debit card. That's all he's doing. That's whatever. You ain't getting away with anything. It's not, if they allow them to do it, it's not really a scam. It's just, whoever's doing that got to pay that money back. It's not free money, okay? They're charging you interest. I promise you that. Thank you, Ills. Nice, sir. He says, sounds like money laundering. I don't know. I'm confused. Is it me? Nope. You don't speak debt. That's all. You don't speak debt, Brittany. See, you don't speak debt. Mama Mac says he's exercising verbal gymnastics. He sure is. Makes no sense. Dave says, this is straight scam talk, just the way he's breaking it down. If you did this 20 years ago, it wouldn't be considered fraud because companies would let you do it. Who knows what they let them do now? It's still debt talk. No Country says, wow. Triple and double, bro. He's crazy. Exactly. Andre, he's saying this out loud again. So if you guys need to understand something. If he knew it didn't make mathematical sense, He wouldn't say it out loud. He wouldn't say it out loud. Okay, I promise you. All right. Ill Will says they won't do nothing. They won't do sheezy. You better keep it under 10% if you carry a balance. Show better. E-Man says every 6 months. Right. Maxing out is absolutely nuts. 60,000, bro. What the hell is that? How many people with bad credit is gonna get a $25,000 Apple card? Okay. All right. Not many. Let's see his credit report. That's all his credit report will tell. They're gonna use they're gonna use this against him in court. They sure will. You better. Hey, this is an old video. They might be already using it against him because it's been almost a year since he's last posted. So who knows? What is this credit? Son of Israel says, yep, only green. Yep, only green. Perpetual slavery for sure. He is saying it in code because it's illegal. Exactly. He's saying it in code. But when you're not in debt, we clearly see what you're saying. We can clearly hear what you're saying. This dude's acting like he's above broad. You can't retire me. Nah, I'm good. I won't hire you, son. Son of Israel says, I never understood how people believe that the bank is just giving you $1,000 for free. That's how they're made to think like that. Careless Whisperer says that only works if you pay it off in full. A better strategy is 80% to 2% before the reporting date. By the due date, best strategy. See, you know what, you guys, I don't really think that hard into paying my credit card off. I know the due date and I pay it a week before the due date. I don't really care about how much I spend because anything I spend on that credit card, I'm paying it in full at the end of the month. That's it. That's nothing more than that. I don't care. I'm going to utilize 2%, 80%. When's my due date? The 31st? All right, I'm going to make sure it's paid by the 21st. That's it. Ivy says, I didn't hear much code talk as needed. Mans was straight snitching in it. Well, because you can hear it, Hyphy. We can hear him clearly, but you got to remember, it's code to slaves, okay? Slaves can't hear it. Thank you, No Country. Appreciate it. Landon says, just made my final car payment. Congratulations. Congratulations. Now you need to pay your car. Now you need to call your insurance company and tell them that you want to pay your insurance every 6 months instead of monthly. For those, hey, check this out. For those of you that pay your insurance on a monthly basis, I want you to call your insurance company and say, hey, do you guys charge me a fee for pulling my monthly insurance payment? They sure do. They make you pay for paying. They charge a fee for you paying your monthly insurance payment. So you already got to pay your insurance, right? They charge you a fee for making your payment. You guys better wise up. Three Kings says, only buy more shovels and get into debt if you already know where that gold is at. Only buy shovels and get into debt if you are okay. I get what you're saying. That sounds more like a business statement. Okay, that's a business statement for sure. And I agree with that, Three Kings, because I'm not. Now, let me make sure you guys understand something. I'm not against debt on the business side. I'm only against debt personally, not business debt. Business debt is something different. Personal debt. Okay. I didn't understand. If you're talking about him, I didn't understand nothing, really. Mail fraud and wire fraud if you're going to state. Right. Don't type in all caps, please. Thank you. Thank you. It's all lies. He can't because he never done it. Exactly. Never done it. Dave says, I get what he's saying. He's talking about liquidating a credit card to use by. Well, I know what he's saying, too. I do. I know what he's saying. But I strongly suggest people, if you're in debt, don't do stuff like that, okay? There's a reason why you're in debt, okay? Someone says, those credit repair things are bullshit, aren't they? Yeah, they are. They're crap. It's just, you got to remember, credit repair businesses are business. That's business. There's nothing wrong with it. They're not doing anything illegal. They're just making money off of slaves. So listen, If you're paying a company to repair your credit, that's because you're a slave. Okay? Slaves do that. All right? He hasn't learned that the new FICO scoring is much more strict on authorized user handling, and as every new model comes out, they become more strict. Yeah, they just put a cap on it. If too many slaves start doing it, they put a cap on it. Antoine says that guy was an idiot. He hurt my head. It's hurt. My head pulsates when I hear stuff like that. That's why you guys want me to come on camera, because you guys know I go off of my facial expressions, what I'm saying. I get it. I get why you guys send me those videos, man. And oh yeah, who sent me that video? That was that you? That was you just sent me an email too. Crap, where'd it go? Oh, okay. Let me get the Darko? I can't remember your first name. I can't pronounce your first name. All right, Tom Pace. I think 3/4 of people I know use their stimulus check on stupid crap. Oh yeah, that's why it's called a stimulus check. It's for slaves to stimulate the economy. They're out of money, so they give slaves the money, and the slaves put it right back into the economy. That's why it's called stimulus checks. Okay. COVID and that check, I paid off my collections and one credit card balance. Congratulations. I'm glad you did that, man. Congratulations. Free money, chess moves, check and mate. I'm going on mute. Dude never comes over to this channel. He never comes over here. Kay says, why would I max out to get a credit increase and get into more debt? Exactly. Only slaves do that. Slaves do that. He's trying to work with Rick Ross, the rapper now. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Here we go. He was back and forth with explaining a process all over the place. Mama Mac says, I pay for my insurance in full every 6 months. You better believe that. That's the only way to pay your insurance every 6 months, because the majority of insurance companies charge you a fee for paying monthly. I don't know how many of you guys knew that, but call your insurance company and find out, okay? Now, if you guys want to jump on, you got any questions, there is the link. You guys can jump on at any time. Someone says, no offense, but I just noticed a lot of black folks starting a credit repair thing. You know, it's not a color thing. You guys, I want everybody that comes to this channel and understand what I teach has nothing to do with color. Nothing. That's a diversion. That's an obstacle from you guys seeing what truly is. Math is colorless. Math doesn't care if you're black, white, Chinese, Hawaiian. It doesn't care what color you are. Math doesn't care. 1 + 1 = 2. Like, if I was up on a stage and I had a big whiteboard and I wrote 1 + 1 = 2, I guarantee you nobody from the audience is going to say, "Hey, he only knows 1 + 1 = 2 because he's black." Oh man, only black people know what 1 + 1 = 2. That's only black people. Or white people know what 10 + 10 = 20. Only white people know that. See how ignorant that sounds? That's exactly what it is. It means nothing. Andre says, when you do a deal, they base it on your balance sheet and income statement of your businesses, not your personal credit score. Now, if you walk into a bank and you ask for a business loan and your student loans are older than your children, the bank is going to abuse you. They're going to financially abuse you. Why? Because you don't know. Only slaves keep student loans for 20 years and then walk in asking for a business loan. Only slaves do that. Look at Steven. Screen Learning. What's up, Screen Learning? How you doing, man? Worrying about colors for broke and poor people. Exactly. Math and numbers is the only about logic and reasoning. That's what it's all about. It's only about logic and reasoning. I want you guys to come here And understand, do not fall in the race color trap because I'm black, because I'm white, only Chinese are smart, only the Chinese know math, the Jewish are good with money. Stop with all that. That has nothing to do with anything. Math is the colorblind, debt is the colorblind slave master. The system favors no one except those who trust mathematics. Okay? You get out of debt, you understand, you believe it, you trust math, and then once you trust math, you'll look at taxes different. You won't think, oh, taxes are keeping me down. No, you won't. You just do the math and clearly see taxes not keeping you down. You are keeping you down. No, I know what you're saying, son of Israel. Don't think I didn't take it wrong. I'm not saying anything. I'm making a point is that that happens on other channels. Oh man, the black people keep it down, blah blah blah. Black people don't get the. Hey, stop all that. Stop all that. When I hear somebody talk like that, the first question I'm gonna ask them, do you know how much debt you're in? If the answer is no, I will tell them that's why they talk like that, because you don't even know how much debt you're in. I want you guys to understand, when you're in debt, you're a slave. You don't count. Money doesn't exist for you. Voting doesn't matter. You're in debt. You're a slave. You really don't matter. But if you want to feel included, I guess do it. If you're voting, like put it this way. If you're voting, but you don't even know how much debt you're in, you have no idea what you're voting for. You have no idea. You're just doing it because your friend down the street is doing it. Oh my God, don't even let me get into that. Doesn't even make any sense. If you walk up to the average slave and say, hey, slave, you do know Trump wasn't elected in. He wasn't voted in by the popular. He didn't win the popular vote, right? They'll look at you like you're retarded. They will look at you like you're crazy. What are you talking about? He wasn't voted in. What do you mean? But I don't really get into politics either. I'm just telling you something. Any questions? Okay, we're an hour and 22 minutes in. We're going to cut this off in an hour and 30 if there's no questions. If you're tired of being a slave, okay, SavingsMinusDebt.com. SavingsMinusDebt.com. You can hire me to do create a plan for you, or you can call me and talk to me, and maybe I can just tell you how to do it. It's totally up to you. I don't really care how you would want to do it, because I get quite a few people calling. They just want to talk to me and say, hey, El, should I do this? Can I do this? And they just want to hear that part. Okay, cool. But if some people want a plan, they need a plan. Okay. I strongly suggest a plan. I strongly suggest. What's up, Dark Man? It's sad that people don't know about the Electoral College. They don't. Hey, Dark Man, I'm not even saying anything negative, because I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. Okay, when President Trump was elected, and I saw that he didn't win the popular vote, the first thing I said, because I didn't really understand it, and I'm 40 something. I mean, I'm 50, right? But when he was elected, I was 40 something, right? When he didn't win the popular vote, I said, then what is the popular vote? Then they said, the popular vote's the people. I was like, what? You mean the people that vote? Yeah, he didn't win that. He won the electoral votes, the Electoral College. I was like, what is that? And then I read about it. Then it says, oh, there's certain representatives in each state. I was like, well, who controls the representative? Oh, they're independent. Says who? Who says they're independent? You mean that who's paying them? Who's paying those representatives? Half the people have no idea, not a clue. Oops. Darkman says so much slaves out there in every aspect as possible. But listen, Darkman, I want to keep reiterating this. None of this would work without slaves. The economy would collapse. The housing market would collapse. Let me give an example. 37% of the housing market, 37% out of 100, 37% of them don't have mortgages. 37. So that means 63% have mortgages. If they didn't allow slaves to finance homes, the housing market wouldn't exist. It would crash. If they kicked out everybody out of the house with a mortgage, say, hey, we're taking all the homes back, the housing market would crash. Okay? Mama Mac says, people aren't calling in. Right. People aren't calling in. I told you people are intimidated. That's okay. As long as they listen. I get it. Andre says, I'll be on Discord server on Sunday at 5 p.m. I strongly suggest you guys get on. Discord server link is in the description of this video. If you haven't joined, please do. Andre has a wealth of information to share, and he's sharing it on his own time for free. I strongly suggest you get in there and listen. 5 o'clock Eastern time this Sunday. Link is in the description. Okay. I guess they are. I guess you're right, Mama Max. I guess you're right. I guess they are intimidated. I'm not trying to intimidate you guys. All I'm telling you this, all you got to do is trust mathematics and you're going to win with money. Neophyte says, speaking facts. Thank you. Appreciate it. Darkman says, LJ, you need a t-shirt that says who? Says who? I swear that's your favorite saying. Not trying to, I know you're not. That's what, hey, we're slowly coming up with the sayings. You know, I saw her, what's her name, jump in here. Where's she at? She jumped in here. Amina jumped in here. She had a good one for before, what did she say? Before exchanging vows, exchange credit reports. Can you imagine the looks on get a t-shirt like that? Before exchanging vow, exchange credit report. Can you imagine the looks on people's faces? I think I'm gonna talk to my brother on that one. I like that one though. Intimidated by the truth. People are scared of the truth. It's easier to lie to self. Exactly. It's better. LJ, you said that I was just quoting you. Oh, did I say that? That's right. You did say, no, you just said put it on a shirt. That's right. You did say that. Okay, I forgot. You guys know I talk a lot. All right, I talk a lot. So they'll be like, what? What are you talking about? Exchange credit report. Well, my credit score is this. Did I say credit score? I said credit reports. Oh, really? Okay. All right. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna talk to him. I just been actually, you guys, I'm not gonna say I've been busy. I've been doing a lot of deep thinking. That's the best way I can describe to you guys. Sometimes the majority of things come to me when I stop everything. When I quiet everything down, I shut off the noise, and then that's when stuff comes to me, okay? Things come to me in silence, okay? You got to quiet all the noise first, all right? Did you do that live about? No, not yet. Not yet. I'm going to do that. I'll probably do that today. All right, not right after this video, but I'll announce it. I'll put it in the the members only community thing. Okay, I'll give you guys at least an hour ahead of time. Okay, so look out for that one today. All right, we're gonna wrap this one up because Amina just reminded me of something, so I want to make sure I eat and everything before I start this next one. And again, I'll give you guys a heads up before I start it, okay? All right, thank you everybody for joining. I appreciate you all. I love what I do. I love sharing it with you guys. Keep those videos coming. If you guys come across some videos, I'm not gonna say every one you send to me, I'm gonna do it, but email me There's my email. You can send video links there, and I will gladly do videos if it's good. All right. All right. There's my Cash App flowing at the bottom there. You can follow me on Instagram. All right. All right. Let me turn that off. All right. Again, thank you everybody for joining. Appreciate you. Until next time. And members only, be looking for a video today. Success. Okay. Because this is a very, this is going to be, I wouldn't say a deep one. Just, it's more of things that I'm learning. Okay. And I'm going to share with you guys because on the free side, they're really not going to understand what I'm saying because it's going to be a financial freedom, own your own time type of thing. Okay. So people really want to understand that. All right. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. All right. Until next time.